What's up, crypto kids, blockchain, profit seekers, all my friends, how you doing? Today I'm coming at you from all over the crypto verse. We're going to give it a little bit of this and that and just keep you up to date with things. So, been a little under the weather and about got that thing kicked, wrestled it into submission and got it against the ropes and moving on forward. Like it. So, we're going to start with PulseX. The first round or the initial round was over, but not to fear. It was only a 5% decrease in rewards for being in a few days ago versus being in now. It's no big deal. Still great opportunity, but there is a lot of money that has been flowed into this. I mean, a lot more than what went into Pulse Chain, and this is just a DEX, so you can kind of imagine that the rewards won't be quite as great as getting into an IDO with where it had a limited number of seats available or that type of thing. From Richard himself, Richard Hart is the creator of Hex, Pulse Chain, and now PulseX. Wouldn't it be funny if something raised near $500 million, but everyone tried to pretend it wasn't happening? Right, cryptocurrency media, right, gatekeepers. We are the captains now while they cower in fear. They know we're taking over. We will free them. I like when he's positive and not too negative, because this guy could get pretty damn negative sometimes. How amazing is PulseChain.com and PulseX.com going to be for Hexicans? Well, Hex.com users have paid $20 million for Ethereum gas so far, and Hex is extremely gas efficient contract. Pulse Chain, please save us all of ETH users, free money. So, he's always putting out stuff. Let's go to his top tweet here. PulseX.com is up. Uniswap fork airdropped to those that sacrifice to prove they believe freedom and movement and assembly are important human rights. And the reason that they're doing where it's a sacrifice is if he gives this to you for free and you just sacrifice as a political statement, well, there's no taxable things that happen there. So it's really just, a big win-win for everyone doing the sacrifice type thing. Pulse.com, near 1 billion sacrificed on Ethereum network. And this was just 9 hours ago. 25 million has come in on the Binance Smart Chain. That's where all mine came in. 7 million on Polygon. And 2 million on AVAX. I didn't put in a lot into this. I put in more into the Pulse Chain sacrifice, but I did, throw in at least, $1,500 into this opportunity. And I think that's going to be, it's going to be big, but at the same time, there are so many people into this that, it is what it is. But I think, being that you can get into this, you don't need an ID, you don't have, you're not restricted by territory, any of that. And it's really simple. You just come in, you drop in your wallet, you pick what you want to send, you say, I sent it, and it's super easy. Just simply walk through and follow the directions. Don't go anywhere but PulseX.info. Okay, moving on from there, we're going to stop by Tomb Finance next. Got a question on Tomb Finance. Obviously, you should expect some questions. Are these guys ever going to come back to peg? What happens to my money that's sitting in the missing ring? Nothing happens to your money that's sitting in the missing ring. You're not earning, you're not doing anything. You could certainly pull it out. You could do whatever you want, but selling it now at a loss, it's not really how the system works. The way Tomb Finance works is you have 3 phases, right? The 2 main phases, expansion and contraction, and then we'll call it a little middle phase in between, right? Like idle or simmer. But when this thing is expanding, that means they want to create more Tomb, right? And because they want the price of Tomb to come down to the price of Fantom. But if people, if you have a whole bunch of newbies in here who don't know what they're doing, not to mention we had an exploit not that long ago, which we bounced back from quickly, but there was actually a lot more underlying damage there than what we had thought. And that was with the Grim exploit. So all that Tomb got dumped onto the market, right? So now you can buy T-bonds. What T-bonds do is when you buy T-bonds, it burns a Tomb. And really, we need to get everybody on board with this, right? So if you have money pumping out of the cemetery, the best thing you could do right now, if you want to, set that up for big financial gains, is to buy T-bonds. Take your T-share, sell it for Tomb, take that Tomb, go over to the pit and sell it. And we'll go do that in just a second. But the more people that do that, the more people are involved doing that and helping, the better off we'll all be. And this is the only tomb fork, right? A tomb of itself. Obviously, tomb is not a fork of anything, but everybody forks tomb. And all these tomb forks that happen, when they break peg, they don't come back. Maybe once they'll come back as long as the market is small. But as soon as the market's big, you need some serious whales in there to buy those T-bonds. You need a huge community buying them. You need, everyone involved, because everyone was involved in pumping out the tomb and selling it, or pumping out the pegged coin and selling it. So there's different ways to go about, working the system to where it's not hard on the system. And, they got different things coming up where you can lock up tomb, you can lock it up in Maya, you can lock it up in so many different places. And now they're going cross-chain. No other tomb fork has that, right? No other tomb fork has the team. No other tomb fork is as safe as this. We got new investors coming in all the time making videos and all this, even though the peg's not there, because they know that the peg will come back, because we have billionaire running this damn thing. His name's on it. He wants it to come back. So, and then we have like community members like this guy Tweak, who's a multi-millionaire over here on Fantom. He bought 1 million T-bonds the other day. I'm buying T-bonds. Most everyone's buying T-bonds. And this time that we're spending away from peg, where everyone's like seeing, that if you don't participate, if you don't work, you're working against the system and you're making everyone earn less money. So what you need to do is find a way to not sell all your tomb. Keep your tomb, put it back in the cemetery, and sell the T-share. And then the whole system will work on its own, right? And we don't have to worry about this. Anyway, juicy T-share alpha, 2,000% coming when tomb is above 1.01 for the peg in the masonry. Get ready, keep calm, and tomb on. So yeah, we're gonna have, it's gonna come back. It won't be long. And for me, I'm just sitting there. And this is the type of thing where you make huge money when it is expanding, and you don't make much when it's contracting. And it's just that type of thing. It is a different type of passive reward system than anything else, right? It's different than DAOs. It's different than anything, because it's based off seigniorage. It's based off trying to peg one thing to the other, and community involvement. Those two things. Here on Tomb Finance, we by far have the biggest community involvement. Plus, we have a billionaire that owns the damn thing, who, and it's like, it's the biggest TVL lock outside of Spooky on all of Fantom. This came from Rap Bond, some sort of interesting NFT maker made these ships, and everyone wants to jump on with Tomb and make it, because makes you look good, right? Here from Harry A. Harry A is the billionaire that owns this damn thing. Happy Monday, friends. I just purchased $4 million in T-bonds. That's pretty amazing. Tomb is life. Life is Tomb. Moving on. Tomb Finance, the Dow Fund, has just purchased $975,000, $2.9 million USD in T-bonds. We had Tweak buy $1 million worth of T-bonds, or maybe it was 1 million T-bonds. And they just keep doing it. They keep buying it over and over, and they will keep buying them until it gets back to peg. We just got this new recent one where he said we're only 35% of the way there. Where was that? Here we are. The Tomb Finance DAO has just purchased the 2.9 million. That is 35% of the T-bond purchases that that's 35% of T-bond purchases of the protocol has been reached. So meaning only 35% of what they're even planning to buy total has been purchased. You can only purchase so many T-bonds. Let's go take a look at that right now. So we're over here on Tomb Finance, and we're getting closer and closer to peg all the time, right? It was at like 95 to start with, and slowly moved up to 96, 97, 98. Now we're hanging around 98 and 99, somewhere in there. Okay, here we are. And let's start at the home. So our beautiful, this T-share is getting really low. It's getting really very, very tasty. I'm going to be coming in with as much as I can and purchasing a bunch of T-share. I've got myself spread pretty damn thin at the moment. We're at 234 for, and which is at 0.99. This is at 0.98 all day. So we're getting back 0.985. We're getting back. Probably tomorrow or the next day, we'll be back above peg, and we'll start cranking out a lot more in the masonry, because right now in the masonry ain't earning anything. We're at 0.985. We need to get this and the APR is going to blow when this thing goes. But the key, guys, is to not just like blow your load right out like some, teenager on prom with premature ejaculation. You want to hold your tune. Keep that tune. Take your tune, especially, anytime this thing's below like 1.1, you should be keeping your tune. You should be taking your tune, maybe sell half of it, set it up with FTM, and put it in here. Anything that comes out of the cemetery here, sell that T-share to get more tune, right? So let's go over to the pit. Here's the pit. 0 T-bond available. I was planning to buy some right now. I only have 349, but I want to get some more. I just purchased some tomb not long ago, so I want to grab that tomb. And before this changes, I want to make sure to buy those T-bonds, because they're major opportunities. If you hold on to these T-bonds till it hits 1.15, instead of getting one tomb per T-bond, you get 1.45. So just by holding on these till they hit 1.15, you're going to get way more tomb, and you're going to be way better off. So that's why people want to purchase these, because you get paid to purchase them, especially once the community gets involved more and more, and they're paying, not selling those tomb the way that they're supposed to be. So hold on to your tomb, sell your T-share. There you go. It's that simple, and we'll all be back on peg. What am I doing? I haven't taken anything out of that masonry. I won't take anything out of the masonry. But if you're looking to get involved here, the best way to do it is to come in and enter these two pools. You enter the T-share FTM pool. Remember, T-share moves around. It's crazy. It goes all over the place. Not long ago, the amount of value that I had in the T-share FTM pool was higher than the Tomb FTM pair. But now this is lower value compared to here, because just, the way that my funds worked and what I have in there. But this one doesn't move around. This one is your stable FTM printer, right? And it will go down, it will go up, the yield based on TWAP and all that good stuff, and how the counter mechanisms all work. But this, when the whole thing breaks peg and we come into a contraction phase, which we're in right now, meaning sell the T-bonds, burn up tomb. That's what we want. We want to contract the supply so that we'll expand later and we all get paid. So this one here is more contraction, agnostic. It will keep you going. And these pay, they just pay, right? I mean, yes, it's paying low right now, 0.3, not a lot. That's a good amount to earn on Fantom Tomb, which is just Fantom. 0.3, you can't complain with that. But this will go a lot higher once the peg is where it's supposed to be. But you put your money in here and you just earn T-share. You put your money in here and you earn more T-share. And you take that T-share and you stick it into the masonry. And the masonry is like, when it's above, it prints out like a bastard, like 2% a day. But if you want to, those high yields, the price for those is patience and working the system. And so, what I do, I load my majority of funds in these two. I take the T-share that comes out of here, I throw it in the masonry, and when the masonry's up above, I'm getting massive amounts of pay, and these things are paid out more. As we are right now, we're in contraction, so buying tomb, putting in for T-bonds is probably your best way to go if you're looking for a big play. But, putting in for one tomb now, when it's at 230, and the price of Fantom, I mean, come on, it's going to be in $5 next year, no problem. In my opinion, not financial advice, but when that happens, you getting 1.45 tomb instead of one tomb. That's why T-bonds are powerful. That's why everyone should be involved, getting in the team. Now, when this thing starts printing out again, make sure you're holding some of your tomb off to the side so that you can use that later on to purchase the T-bonds. So instead of right now, you've spent your whole load, you've blown your whole load, you got nothing left. Not as much fun as if you still had some, some skin in the game. You had some tomb over there, you put it into the T-bonds, and you're waiting along with everyone because, yeah, that's skin in the game. That's kind of fun, right? Okay, moving on from there. Okay, stopping by Beethoven X. The price here has been going crazy. We're up at 2 cents because Liquid Driver is buying this stuff. There are so many people getting involved. This is a great way to like make your own pairs, your own liquidity pairs, different, protocols can come in here and stash their entire coin supply and earn from it and not have to worry about it. And so you should see the volume in Beethoven X just continually go up, up, and up. Now, as you know, I was loading in at 16 cents on this Beethoven token, and now I'm sitting here at 3,000. I didn't put near 3,000 in here. I put like 1,000 in and just kept DCAing in. That's what I do. I DCA in, DCA in, DCA in, and I was DCAing in as long as this was under 50 cents. I have stopped now. I am still taking my rewards, pairing them up with more Fantom and dropping them back into the pool. And I will continue to do that until this APR comes down a little bit. I think we got another like month or two of this type of APR, and then it's going to drop down another leg. And at that point, hopefully enough utilization and all that will take off to where the token price takes off. And what I do here, someone asked me, when are you looking to sell? When are you looking to get out of that? When is your end time for this position? I'm not looking to sell this position. I'm looking to have a good size position in here that is pumping out a steady stream of beats, give me like 50, 100 bucks a day, something like that, and then sell it for passive income and leave this capital in here just to get my, just to increase my regular passive income earnings and, get to a point where I'm selling this daily or every other day or something like that, and just letting my capital work for me and using those profits across, the entire ecosystem. I'm doing the same thing over here on Bison. Bison is looking to create some more funds. When they have these 3 funds currently, this one earns a nice APY of 389.56. You don't even have to do anything. You just flash into here and drop in your single, your FTM. It's just like over there on Beethoven X. There are so many interesting pools right now, especially. So like if we come over to Beethoven X and come over to the farms, anything over 100% APR, that's great, right? Because I'm happy with that. And just looking here, going by APR, we have some beautiful stuff. Fantom Conservatory of Music, that's like all blue chips. That's like the blue chips holding a whole bunch of Fantom, earning 144%. Not APY, APR. Like, that's killer. This 145 just for beats, killer. You have a whole bunch of options here at over 100% APR, not Y, R. And a lot of these are on blue chips. Like, if you do the one with the band, that's like all freaking, giant L1 chains, which is similar to what they do over on Bison, right? On Bison, you come in here with your FTM, just like on the other one, and with one single click, it will go out and it will, with these weightings, buy into all of these funds and start farming for you instantly. This is DeFi 3.0, farming as a service right here in front of you. There's nothing you have to do except for come in with Fantom, flash in, it'll start farming all these coins for you, and then flash out when you're done. It's pretty damn simple. And that's this yield-bearing fund right here, earning 370. Now, if you just want to hold some tokens, you have these 2 different funds here, and that's all it does. You're basically speculating on these prices. It's not farming. That's this one here. So then we have, outside of that, we have just the farms. This farm has been cranking away. Expect this APR to drop, and the coin price has been staying, it actually jumped up yesterday, but it's been staying pretty steady. And I've been really enjoying my time on BiShares, and hopefully they get a lot more involved in the ecosystem. Right now they're involved in like creating a tomb fork, but tomb forks have not been great as of late. I've been keeping my eye on lots of tomb forks, but most tomb forks are just garbage, man. They really are. Here's a tomb. I was watching them as they were launching. This Shovel Finance, this one exited in 2 days. And I've watched, there was like 3 different ones I watched, all exited within a few days. I imagine it's the same people building like, more than a few, launching them on different chains. This one was on Fantom, but, locked up a couple million and off they went. They just walked off with everyone's money. So it's important to, when you're dealing with like a tomb fork or forks of other things, to look for some reasons why they're going to be around. So let's go check out a tomb fork right now. Loving BiShares, by the way. Everything's been going great there. So one of the only tomb forks that I'm liking is over here on Harmony One, and it's the only tomb fork on Harmony, and it's called United Finance. It's pretty slick. It's pretty nice. It is just like Tomb. However, most of these tomb forks, when they launch, when they go, they don't have an audit to start with. They don't have, they haven't KYC'd anyone. That's basically what this one has going for it, is they have KYC'd at least one or two of their team members, and they have been audited. So, not the greatest audit in the world. Oxguard is, it's better than like Solidity Finance, but it isn't a CertiK audit, but it's a good audit. And so this is probably right now, in my opinion, the best tomb fork out there that's actually going to do something. The price is way over peg, 4.5, so we have a good while. But if you're going to get into something like this, my recommendation was get yourself in a position where you're not selling the Unite token, the token that it's pegged for. Get in a position where you're holding on to that and helping the ecosystem and selling off these U shares. Many different ways that you could go about doing that, but the more people that can get involved and have that philosophy of don't sell the Unite token, sell the U-Share token instead, this thing can go on forever. It can go on for a long, long, long time. But most people can't do it. They come in and they're greedy. They put their money in the U-Share, what is it called here? The boardroom, which is the masonry equivalent, and then they sell all the Unite. And they just don't have the discipline. And then when the thing breaks pegs, they don't go in and buy the bonds. And that happens on all the tomb forks. It just happens over and over and over again. And the people who were in early, who were selling, they did great. The rest of them didn't, because there's no care. They don't love the protocol. They're not interested in it. They're just here for a quick buck. But if you could get into a protocol like this one, where you have, it looks like it has some serious legs in front of it, you still want to get on house money as quick as you can, right? You stick your funds in here. You're holding on to you put U-Share in, you're farming Unite, you're pairing up your Unite with one, and you're selling off your U-Share, which is what I plan to do. And you just keep doing that. Just keep selling it until you're on house money. Whatever initial capital you put in here, your seed money, whatever it is. I only put in $1,400. I'm going to put in another $1,400. And then I'm just going to let it ride from there and hopefully get a nice, there's lots of other stuff on the Harmony One blockchain I will be bringing to you and that I'm interested in. But for right now, this is a good place to start. And this is getting cranking over here. This is called Unite Finance, working pretty damn well. The percentages at the moment are pretty off the hook. Let's go over to the cemetery equivalent. You have U-Share Farms, and on the Unite 1 LP, that's currently the highest one. It's cranking out at a whopping 7% a day. And I've earned $18 in U-Share here as of now. And about 850 is what I put in, so it's maintaining. It did drop down to 8 and went up. Now it's back up to 842. And actually this one's only earning 5.6% per day. It was up to 7 at different times. And then the other farm over here is the T-Share 1, which, or U-Share 1, which is equivalent to the T-Share FTM pool. I had 400 something in here, so this one's gone down quite a bit. And probably the U-Share price is what's been hurting from there. It's earning 5% a day, and just cranking out. I'm right now keeping the U-Shares, dropping them into the boardroom. Anything I earned here, I will pair back up with one, drop into the Unite 1 LP pool, and then sell this T-Share out of here, which is generally what I do on Tomb Finance, right? I try to keep all the Tomb. I put the Tomb into the Tomb Fantom LP, and I sell the T-Share out of here, and then the T-Share Fantom LP on this side, I keep that T-Share. So I'm selling this T-Share, keeping this T-Share. Same thing I'm doing here. I'll be selling this T-Share that comes out of this pool, keeping this T-share that comes out of this pool. And that's my simple strategy and how I use these different farms along with the boardroom to kind of, feed into each other and do all that good stuff. Okay. Damn, this video got long. So we didn't get very far. I was going to go over a lot more other platforms, but it looks like we're kind of stuck here because if I make this video any longer, no one will watch it. So we went over Unite Finance, which is, in my opinion, it's on the Harmony One blockchain, and it is currently the best tomb fork out there, hands down, by far. You got your KYC guy, an audited guy, an audit, and all that good stuff. Tomb, it's coming back, won't be long. It's going to be badass. Just give it some time, guys. And man, I got a lot more other stuff I wanted to go over, but I'm not going to get to it today. So there's all that. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. Crypto Music's going to catch you guys on the flip. Got a lot more I need to talk to you because it's been sick and haven't been able to pump it out. So expect to hear a lot from me. Catch you in the next one. Out.